What's up, guys? My name is TechnoTuner, and today I'm bringing to you guys my basically pure elemental hero Neos, or just Neos deck profile. This deck is a lot of fun. I've been trying to make it to more of a pure Neos build as I can. I really wanted to take this time and really show some appreciation towards some of the favorite archetypes from the GX era that I really liked personally. So I was trying to make this deck as close as possible to a functioning Neos deck that I would personally like to play. While yes, you may modify this as you see fit if you're looking for that. This deck does give you that feel of a fun deck, though, to play with friends, not in a competitive passion, but just more of a have fun, sit back, relax kind of deal. This deck has a lot of capabilities of going into each of the Neos fusions, which can help you out greatly. Anyways, I will state the one fusion that I'm not running is Air Neos, because that is extremely expensive and extremely hard to find, given the whole thing with that. But if you do like the Neos deck in general, I would recommend trying this out. It is fun, it's casual, and it gives you a lot of capability to really improve and think on your plays. It also teaches a lot of basics for contact fusing, how fusion works, and gives you some good searches as well. So let's go ahead and hop right into our main deck. Alright, so hopping into the main deck, we're of course going to be picking up and playing. There's going to be a lot of 2-ofs in this deck. Please feel free to modify however you see fit. I just felt that the 2-ofs was more thematic and felt less bricky. But I'm playing 2 Elemental Hero Neos. A new elemental hero has arrived from Neospace. When he initiates a contact fusion with a Neospacian, his unknown powers are unleashed. Basically the main staple of the deck that we're going to be utilizing a lot. Of course, since we're playing 2 Neos, we're playing 2 elemental hero Spirit of Neos, which is very helpful overall. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position, and if you do, it cannot be destroyed by battle. If this card is special summoned, you can add from your deck to your hand 1 polymerization or 1 spell and trap that mentions elemental hero monster's card name. During your main phase, you can shuffle this card into the deck, and if you do, special summon elemental hero normal monster from your deck. You can only use each effective elemental hero Spirit of Neos once per turn. So it can help you get your Neos out while also getting you a polymerization or one of the fusion cards that you can really utilize there. Next up, we're playing 2 Crosskeeper. You can send this card from your hand to the field, hand or field to the graveyard. Special summon 1 elemental hero monster or 1 Neospacian monster from your hand or graveyard. But its effects are negated if summoned from the graveyard. If you special summon an elemental hero fusion monster while this card is in your graveyard, except during the damage step, you can banish this card from your draw 2 cards, and place 1 card from your hand on the bottom of the deck. You only use each effect of Crosskeeper once per turn. So giving you a little bit of extra card draw, but giving you a special summon as well can help out greatly. Then, of course, we're playing 2 Elemental Hero Prisma. Once per turn, you can reveal 1 fusion monster from your extra deck. You then send 1 of the fusion materials whose name is mentioned on that card from your deck to the graveyard. This card's name becomes that sent monster's name until the end phase. So basically turns your Neos or any of the Neospacians that you really need for a fusion, it turns that into that, which can help you with your fusions, being able to contact in and out, but also being able to give you extra polymerization targets. Of course, we're playing 2 Neospace Connector. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon 1 Neospacian monster, 1 elemental hero Neos from your hand or deck in defense position. You can attribute this card, then target 1 Neospacian monster, 1 elemental hero Neos in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position. You can only use each effective Neospace Connector once per turn. So outside of giving you the capability of special summoning a Neospacian or an elemental hero Neos from your hand or deck, you could attribute it, target 1 in your graveyard, and special summon it. So basically giving you free capability to go into those contact fuses as soon as possible. For the Neospacians, though, we're going to be playing 2 Dark Panther. Once per turn, you could target 1 face-up monster opponent controls until the end phase. This card's name becomes that monster's original name. Also replace this effect with that monster's original effects, if any. So this can help you in a bit of a pickle as well. Next up, we're playing 2 Neospacian Flame Scarab. Gains 400 attack for each spell and trap your opponent controls. So if you're going against a trap-heavy or spell-heavy deck, this can help you out greatly because it basically can get very big depending on how many spells and traps they have. Next, we're playing 2 Neospacian Grand Mole. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can return both the opponent's monster and this card to the hand. This is basically just a good way to out any problematic monsters that you really don't want on the board for your opponent, but also being able to give you a capability of a free bounce as well. Next up, we're playing 2 Neospacian Aqua Dolphin. Once per turn, you can discard 1 card, look at your opponent's hand, and choose 1 monster. If you control a monster with attack greater than or equal to that to the attack of the chosen card, destroy the chosen card. And if you do, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Otherwise, you take 500. So basically giving you a little bit of hand knowledge, but also giving you the capability of doing burn and a hand rip. Then finally, for the one-ofs, we're playing 1 Neospacian Glow Moss. If this card is attacked or attacks, your opponent draws 1 card and shows it. Then based on the type, apply this effect. Monster and the battle phase of this turn. Spell, if this card is attacking, you can change it to a direct attack instead. Trap, change this card to defense position. So giving you capability of getting further battle protection, but it's still an iffy kind of one-of. Next up, we're playing the 1 Neospacian Air Hummingbird. Once per turn, you gain 500 life points for each card in your opponent's hand, just giving you a little bit of extra life back. Now, for the power one-ofs, playing 1 Elemental Hero Honest Neos. Quick effect, you can discard this card, then target 1 hero monster on the field, gains 2500 attack until the end of this turn. Quick effect, you discard 1 hero monster, this card gains attack equal to the discarded attack, or monster's attack until the end of this turn. You can only use each effective Elemental Hero on Honest Neos once per turn. So basically just playing it, not just as a Neos target, but as a capability of giving you an additional attack power to help you get some protection or be able to set up additional plays. We're playing 1 Yubel, because we do play the fusion in there. Cannot be destroyed by battle. You take no battle damage from battles involving this card before damage calculation. If a face-up attack position card is targeted for an attack, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that attacking monster's attack. Once per turn during the end phase, tribute 1 other monster or destroy this card. When this card is destroyed, except by its own effect, its owner can special summon 1 Yubel Terror Incarnate from their hand, deck, or graveyard. We're not running the others, so don't worry about that. Next up, we're playing 1 Armed Dragon level 10. Cannot be normal summon or set, must be special summon from your hand by attributing 1 Armed Dragon level 7. You can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard, destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. So while you're never going to summon it, it is still there for fusion material. And then finally, the final card, 1 Rainbow Dragon. This card is always treated as an ultimate crystal card. Cannot be normal summon or set, must be special summon from your hand by having 7 Crystal Beast cards with different names on your field and or graveyard. This card cannot activate the following effects to turn into special summon. Quick effect, send all Crystal Beast monsters you control to the graveyard. This card gains 1000 attack for each monster sent to the graveyard. You can banish all Crystal Beast monsters from your graveyard, shuffle all cards on the field into the deck. Once again, we're not summoning it, but it is a fusion material for Neos Fusion. But this is basically the main monsters. You can feel free to cut or modify any of these. If you want to cut the Neospacians all down to 1, that's understandable, just to up your mainstays, which is Neos, Crosskeeper, Prisma, Neospace Connector, and Spirit of Neos up to 1. You can surely do that. If you want to cut one of the 4 power ones that I really play of, you can do that as well, just to modify the extra deck a little bit more. All right, so outside of that, let's see what we're running for the actual spells once I get this cleaned up a bit. All right, so for the spells, we're playing 3 Neos Fusion. Special summon a fusion monster from your extra deck that lists exactly 2 monsters as material, including Elemental Hero Neos. By sending those monsters from hand, deck, or field, ignoring its summoning conditions. For the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters. If a fusion monster you control that lists Elemental Hero Neos as material would be destroyed with battle or card effect, or shuffled into the extra deck by its own effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. So giving you a free summon by, it's basically branded fusion for Neos. That's basically what this is. Giving you the capability to fuse from deck, which can help you go into some of the bigger Neos names, or Neospacian names. Next up, we're playing 3 EN Engage Neospace. Send 1 Neospacian monster and 1 Elemental Hero monster from your hand and one from your hand, one from your deck to the graveyard. Special summon Neospacian monster or one level 5 or higher elemental hero monster from your deck, and if you do, add one polymerization from your deck or graveyard to your hand. If you special summon one elemental hero Neos, by this effect it gains 1,000 attack. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck this turn except for fusion monsters. You can only activate one engage Neospace per turn. So basically giving you the capability to fuse again, or just get the Neospacian cards that you need onto the board, or just the Neos onto the board. So you can do those fusions by getting the polymerization as well. Can help you out greatly. Next up, we're playing 2 fusion deployment. Reveal one fusion monster in your extra deck and special summon from your hand or deck one of the fusion materials whose name is specifically listed on the card. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except for fusion monsters. The turn you activate this card. You can only activate one fusion deployment per turn. So getting Neos or one of the Neospacians, once again, just basically a free summon from the deck. Next up, we're playing 2 Miracle Contact. Shuffle into the deck from your hand, field, or graveyard the fusion materials that are listed on an elemental hero fusion monster that lists elemental hero Neos as fusion material. Then special summon that fusion monster from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. So being able to basically shuffle back the monsters that you really need into the deck for either a Neos fusion or just in general for other continuous fusions that you can do later on can help you out greatly. But it also allows you to fusion summon a monster using them. Next up, we're playing 2 EN Shuffle. Shuffle one elemental hero or Neospacian monster you control into the deck, and if you do, special summon one elemental hero or Neospacian monster with a different name from your deck. You can banish this card from your graveyard, shuffle from your graveyard into the deck, either one elemental hero monster and one Neospacian monster, or one elemental hero Neos, then draw one card. You can only use each effect of EN Shuffle once per turn. Basically, a contact out with a free draw 1. Helps out greatly with recovery and getting capability to get that extra playability. Then we're playing 2 Convert Contact. If you control no monsters, send 2 Neospacian monsters, one from your hand, one from your deck, to the graveyard, then draw 2. So this helps Foolish one, but also gives you the capability to take one out of your hand that may be a bit of a brick, like Glow Moss, and just basically draw 2. So it's a trade 2 for 2. Technically it's a 3 for 2, but still can help you out nonetheless. Then of course we're playing 2E Emergency Call. Add one elemental hero monster from your deck to your hand. This gives you the capability just to add an elemental hero, Neos, etc., Prisma, all that to your hand. Helps out greatly. Next for the 1-ofs, we're playing 1 Instant Contact. Pay 1,000 life points, special summon 1 level 7 or lower elemental hero or Neospacian monster from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. While an elemental hero, Neos, is neither on your field nor in your graveyard, the special summon monster cannot attack. Its effects are negated, also returns to the extra deck during the end phase. You can only activate 1 instant contact per turn. While this card has a lot of drawbacks, being able to get that extra body onto the board can help out greatly if you really need to. Plus, since we're playing a polymerization, speak of the devil, we're going to have the capability of having elemental hero Neos in our graveyard. Polymerization, fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck, using monsters from your hand or field as material. Of course, it's the main staple of the deck. We only do play 1 because we're going to be able to search it, add it back, and do a lot of other capabilities with it. Then, of course, we're playing the 1 Reinforcement of the Army. Add 1 level 4 lower warrior monster from your deck to your hand. This is just a main staple to get you your Prisma and other monsters such as Connector as well. Now, as I stated, this deck is not suited for any kind of competitive format. It is for more of a fun, have a casual duel with friends, especially those that are just interested in the old formats or the way Yu-Gi-Oh! Used to be. It's still a lot of fun, gives you a lot of capability, and you get to summon a lot of capable monsters using these. But for those monsters, let's go ahead and hop into the extract, and I'll show you a little bit more. Alright, for the extra deck, because I am a huge fan of this card, Elemental Hero Dark Neos. I'm running 2 of him. Acquires Elemental Heroes and 1 Neospacian Dark Panther. Must be special summoned from your extra deck by shuffling the above cards you control into the deck. You can target 1 face-up effect monster on the field. negates effects. While you control this face-up card, you can only target one monster at a time with this effect. Once per turn during the end phase, return this card to the extra deck. It's a 2500 2K. It's just a fun card that I like, but also gives you the capability of just negating a monster on the field, which can help out a lot. Next up, we're playing 2 Elemental Hero Flare Neos. Elemental Hero Neos plus 1 Neospacian Flame Scarab must first be special summoned from your extra deck by shuffling the above cards you control into the deck. You do not use polymerization. This card gains 400 attack for each spell and trap on the field. During the end phase, shuffle this card into the extra deck. So if your friend or opponent is playing a lot of spells and traps, this card can become very big. And it just gives you the full capability of just basically swinging for more damage, which can really help out a lot. Because if they at least have one, that's 2,900. If they have two, that's 3,300. It just gets bigger with more spells and traps on the board. Next up, we're playing 2 Elemental Hero Grand Neos. 1 Elemental Hero Neos plus 1 Neospacian Grand Mole. Must be special summoned from your extra deck by shuffling the above cards you control into the deck. Once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls. Return that target to the hand. Once per turn during the end phase, return this card to the extra deck. While yes, all the Neos fusions for Neospacians return to the extra deck, this one does give you the capability of targeting and bouncing, which can help out a lot because being able to get over some problematic monsters, especially if they're bigger than 2,500, can be a bit of an issue. Next up, we're playing the 1 Elemental Hero Grand Neos. 1 Elemental Hero Neos plus 1 Neospacian Glow Moss must be special summoned from your extra deck by shuffling the above cards you control into the deck. Once per turn during the end phase, return this card to the extra deck. Once per turn during your main phase, you can target one face-up card your opponent controls. Destroy that target, and if you do, apply the effect based on its type. Monster, this card cannot attack this turn. Spell, this card can attack directly this turn. Trap, changes card to defense position. So it doesn't really matter for this. I'm just going to say that right now, because if it's in the end phase, you're going to be bouncing it back. So you really don't want to change this card to defense position, but it does give you the full capability of a trap out, a spell out, or a monster out by popping the card. The spell lets you attack directly, which can help with further damage as well. Next up, we're playing the 1 Elemental Hero Aqua Neos. Elemental Hero Neos plus 1 Neospacian Aqua Dolphin. Must be special summoned from your extra deck by shuffling the above cards you control into the deck. Once per turn, you can discard one card, destroy one random card in your opponent's hand. Once per turn during the end phase, return this card to the extra deck. So basically another hand rip, but also gives you the capability of having a 2,500 beater on the board. Then, of course, we're playing the 1 Elemental Hero Brave Neos. 1 Elemental Hero Neos plus 1 level 4 lower effect monster. Must be fusion summoned, gains 300 attack for each Neospacian and hero monster in your graveyard. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can add one spell or trap from your deck to your hand that mentions Elemental Hero Neos. So this helps you get basically all your spells and traps from your deck to your hand. Also gives you a full capability of a access to get your Neos fusion, but also it gains attack for each Neospacian hero monster in your graveyard, which can help out as well. Next up, we're playing Elemental Hero Nebula Neos. 1 Elemental Hero Neos, 1 Neospacian Grand Mole, plus Neospacian Dark Panther. Must be special summoned from the extra deck by shuffling the above cards you control into the deck. You do not use polymerization. If this card is special summoned from the extra deck, draw cards equal to the number of cards your opponent controls, then negate the effects of one face-up card on the field until the end of next turn, or the end of this turn. Once per turn during the end phase, shuffle this card into the extra deck, and if you do, banish all cards on the field face down. So this did give the Neospacians a good boss monster, I want to say, because basically banishing once it leaves the field can help out greatly, because that does hurt your opponent a lot, especially if they have an established board. Next up, we're playing the 1 Elemental Hero Magma Neos. 1 Elemental Hero Neos, 1 Flame Scarab, and 1 Neospacian Grand Mole. Must be special summoned from your extra deck by shuffling the above cards you control into the deck. You do not use polymerization. This card gains 400 attack for each card on the field. Once per turn during the end phase, shuffle this card into the extra deck. If this card is shuffled into the extra deck, return all cards on the field to the hand. This is not a target, it just bounces when it leaves. While being a 3k 2500 and gaining 400 attack for each card on the field, it does get massively big, but it is also a very fun card to use. Then, of course, for those power 1-ofs, I have a fusion for each. First up, we have Elemental Hero Neos Kluger. 1 Elemental Hero Neos plus Ubel. Must be fusion summon. Before damage calculation, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to that opponent's monster's attack. If this face-up card is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect while its owner controls it, you can special summon 1 Neos Wiseman from your hand or deck, ignoring summoning conditions. You can only use the effect or this effect of Elemental Hero Neos Kluger once per turn. So giving you the capability of just using Ubel for an awesome fusion like this can help out greatly. Basically, it also gives you the capability of special summoning Neos Wiseman, which we're not really running, but we do have the capability to inflict damage to our opponent equal to the monster's original attack as well, so we get 3k over what it is, but it also does burn damage based on the original attack, which can help further your board state. Next up, we're playing 1 Armed Neos. Elemental Hero Neos plus 1 Armed Dragon Monster. Must be fusion summoned. If this card is special summoned, you can choose 1 Dragon Monster in your graveyard and destroy all monsters your opponent controls with an attack with an equal or lower level than it. When this card destroys a monster by battle, you can make this card gain the following effect. During the main phase, you contribute this card, especially 1 Elemental Hero Fusion Monster from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. So, outside of the effect of basically board wiping, it gives you the capability of just tributing this card and special summoning an Elemental Hero Fusion Monster. So it could be any of these really from your extra deck, which can help out with combos. Next, of course, we're playing the 1 Rainbow Neos, 1 Elemental Hero Neos, plus a Rainbow Dragon or Rainbow Dark Dragon. Must be fusion summoned with the above fusion material monsters and cannot be special summoned by other ways. Once per turn, you can activate one of these effects. Send 1 monster you control to the graveyard. Shuffle all monsters your opponent controls into the deck. Send 1 spell or trap you control to the graveyard. Shuffle all spell and trap cards your opponent controls into the deck. Send 1 card from the top of your deck to the graveyard. Shuffle all cards your opponent's graveyard in your opponent's graveyard into the deck. So basically giving you a free shuffle back, but it is a 4,500 3k beater that can do so much and gives you a lot of capabilities for plays. And then finally, we're playing the 1 Elemental Hero Cosmo Neos. 1 Elemental Hero Neos plus 3 Neospacian monsters with different attributes. Must be special summoned from your extra deck by shuffling the above cards you control into the deck. You do not use polymerization. If this card is special summoned from the extra deck, you can activate this effect. For the rest of this turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects, cannot activate cards. Also, cards your opponent controls cannot activate their effects. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this card's effect activation. Once per turn, during the end phase, shuffle this card into the extra deck, and if you do, destroy all cards your opponent controls. Once again, a 3,500 beater, but a board negate and destruction, which can help out greatly. It does require a lot though, but you do have full capability of just going in for a finishing punch with this guy. Anyways, guys, that's all I really have for today's deck profile. If you did enjoy it, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe. I do try to read everybody's comments as they come in, and I'm sorry that, excuse my language here, but if you're a hero player, I do understand this is not the optimal build. This is something that I play for fun. So please understand, I'm not trying to make a meta build here. I'm not trying to do anything like that. I'm trying to make this fun for everyone involved. I mean, how often do you ever see Neospacians played, let alone summoned for their old fusion monsters or just in general some of the new ones? This deck is a main staple in the fun category and offers so much for people that are interested in the old animes, but also love Jade and Yuki and the Neospacian deck. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one.
Is it okay if I'm to say I'm catching feelings from all the dealings? Am I astray? What do you say? How are you feeling? Is it the same?